So good morning, my darlings. How are we? Isn't that a phone? How are we? Huawei? Or Huawei? Something like that. Something like that. Oh, so how are we all today? I must admit, I think I slept crooked, so I'm a bit blah. So Marple, hi Marple, long time no talkies. And we have Kendra, navigating layers. I'll call you Navigate. Freedom Princess, hello, welcome on board, welcome. Overthinking, hello, welcome. So let's have a chat to Marple first, okay? So what we'll do today is we will do 2 card readings, okay? Because I do have a lot of comments coming through on various different channels. So wherever you are, please like, subscribe. I really appreciate it, and it costs nothing to do, and it helps keep the channel alive, okay? So the more people we get, the more we do it. That's exactly how it works. So Marple, my darling, let's find out some information about you. So I have my cat right here beside me. You can't really see her in the screen. I'm getting a new setup, hopefully in the next week. So you might be able to see her soon. I'll have a couple more cameras set up so that you can watch her while she sleeps cutely. Oh, hi Crystal. Hi Crystal. How you going, beautiful? Crystal's one of our regular viewers. She is from Iowa. And she has a beautiful kitty cat named Daisy. So Marple, let's find out what's going on with you. Marple, it's kind of like there's too much coming in at the moment for you to see. It's really hard to explain. It's like my eyes are stuck together, like they're gluing together, because there's just too much that you're looking at all at once. It's like they're watering and they need to rest. So it's like that. That's what I'm feeling at the moment. And it feels like there needs to be a downtime to what it is that you're doing. Oh, you're feeling overwhelmed and frazzled. Well, there you go. I should have read that first. So much shit is going on at the moment. Honestly, there's so much shit in this world. That's one thing that social media is a negative towards social media, is that, once upon a time we relied on information from, Fred down the road or something like that. And when we met someone who, say, played guitar, we thought they were so talented and so amazing. And now, because there's so much of us connected all the time, not only are we seeing all the good connections, but we're also seeing all the negative connections as well. So it's about learning to disconnect to reconnect. So Michael, let's find out what's going on with you. There's also some spiritual stuff going on. Like as soon as I tap into that, my left eye begins sticking. So there's some spiritual stuff going on, and it's just too much. It's just too much. Oh, interesting. So the first card that comes out is the Queen of Pentacles, and it's about you knowing your own worth. That's what that's about. When the Queen of Pentacles presents herself, it's because you're not valuing yourself as a being. And when this being comes along, it's because you need to understand what worth is truly going on. You may not be getting the recognition that you're hoping for because you're out there, you're moving it, you're flaunting it, all that sort of stuff. However, the recognition is actually there. It's just that you have to learn to recharge in a different way. And that's what the Queen of Pentacles. See how the Queen of Pentacles is on her own. She's very elegant and she knows her worth. She knows her value. So honey, put on those awesome clothes, do your hair, put on some makeup, and just keep strutting that stuff. When it comes to the Four of Cups though, oh, voice fade out. Oh, it's not a person. Okay, yep, okay. So the Four of Cups, normally when the Four of Cups comes out, this talks about a person that is draining your emotions. This one's not a person though. This one's actually you. You're draining your own emotions via overthinking, and it's time for you to shut up. That's why my voice is crackling. It's literally time for you to just stop talking, listen and do. And just keep doing that. So now's not the time for talk. With all of these times with, you know, who believes what and doing what and how and right and wrong ways, now is the time for you to just listen to your own self-worth and go with that. That's what's going to shine through the brightest, and that's what's going to help you get over this frazzled stage. Because when we get frazzled, that literally means our energy is being zapped out of us, and then all of a sudden we become overwhelmed because we've got all this stuff we've got to do, but we just don't have the energy for it. Okay, so my love, Marple 1987, it is time for you to shine bright in your own value, in your own worth, and be quiet. Okay. So Kendra, yes, absolutely, you're next on the list. Is there anything in particular you would like some information about, darling? Oh, we've had a pop-out card. Oh, Kendra, we've had a pop-out card for you. Let's find out what comes out. So I will be here for a little while, so please invite your friends, tell them to like the page, subscribe to the channel, etc, etc. The more we do this, the more we band together as a community, the more we will continue to do this. Love, right. Well, you had a pop-out card, darling, and this pop-out card is not about love, but it may be associated to the love. So yeah, let's have a look at it. And then we'll get to you, Navigating Layers. Navi. That's a cute name. Right, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. So Kendra, we have a masculine energy in your life, and this masculine energy is in control of basically the money. Okay, so in control of the finances, the decisions with the finance, and is very, very I don't want to say that because that's not correct. It's very the masculine energy wants what's best, it really does, but it's coming across incorrectly. And the reason why it's coming across incorrectly is because your love language, and I know this one straight off the bat, okay, your love language is words of affirmation. You want people to speak nicely to each other, to be kind to one another. That's how you feel recharged inside your friendships, inside your love, inside just basically everything when it comes to you connecting with people. But at the moment, you've got this one emotion that is just, it's just shrouding over you, okay? And it's this control emotion. Yep, absolutely, Kendra, absolutely. So it's this control emotion, okay? So it's time for you to work out the balance of the seesaw when it comes to this control emotion. So this masculine energy is in control of all the finances, and you feel like you just don't have any freedom. That, in all hindsight, they have the right intentions. However, it's coming across incorrectly, okay? So it's time for you to start working on your tone as well. When it comes to your tone, remember that we cannot extinguish the fire by adding more fire to it. We can only extinguish a fire by adding water to it. And the complete opposite to this control is kindness. Always treat it with kindness, okay? This one emotion that is overpowering you, this control, it's a control emotion, and it's making you feel kind of guilty is exactly how I'm feeling right now, and it's right in the pit of my stomach, and it's making you feel very guilty. When it comes to guilt, guilt cannot exist on its own, okay? Guilt is kind of like a byproduct, and it's not a very good byproduct. So when it comes to guilt, we have to go back one step to where it actually was housed from. So if there is some form of guilt, it comes from us inside, either not knowing our value and our worth, or not having the emotions in balance, okay? So please work on balancing some of that control emotion, and do it in a very kind way. Do it in a way where you can negotiate rather than demand, where you can ask rather than nag, okay? It's time to change up the system, because you've been going around in circles all this time, and it's slowly building up resentment inside you, and it's breaking down the system, okay? So be kind to yourself, Be kind to others. You are a very kind person, but it's time to start leveling up that, okay? It's time to level it up. Yes, that's the problem, is it, Kendra? Yeah. Honestly, when it comes to these sorts of things, and especially the external environment, it's time to work out your own self-value and your own self-worth and really stick to that. Really stick to that. Really stick to it. Okay, so we have Jacqueline down the line. So we'll get to navigating layers first, then Freedom Princess. So, navigating. The voice is not about you. That feeling has switched. Oh, interesting. We haven't heard that card in a long time. Where's it from, though? Right. Okay. So, navigating. The devil you know is tiredness. Okay. So when it comes to your tiredness inside you, this is trying to tell you that it's time to recharge. This tiredness that you've been feeling inside you is a different kind of tiredness, and it's a tiredness that you haven't felt before. And this tiredness is the devil that you know, okay? You know that you're doing this to yourself, and that part of you needs to realize that there's some things that need to go or can be networked out, and there's some stuff that really has to stay. You have this devil inside you where you feel that if you don't do everything 100% fully practice, blah, 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 then it's not going to be worthy or valuable. And that's not true. When it comes to ourselves, all it is a matter of just simple daily steps in order to achieve the goal. Learn patience, okay? Don't teach yourself tiredness, okay? Because tiredness leads to burnout. And that's what many of us are doing when it comes to the devil that you know. And with this devil, it's about you facing them. See how in this card, we have a person that is fueling the devil, okay? It's fueling the devil. And this one's you, my love. So you're fueling this tiredness. So at the end of the day, if you want the tiredness to go away, it's not about asking more people to do more stuff for you. It's about you realizing that not everything has to be done absolutely right now, every single time. Chill out. Relax. It's okay if the dishes didn't get done. Just do them later. Like, I know it becomes a bigger job, but whatever. Ask people to help you then. Get some of that tiredness out of your system, because you're not meant to keep up with 100% of systems 100% of the time, because all it does is lead to tiredness. We also have the Nine of Pentacles here, and the Nine of Pentacles is showing us that you are planting these seeds for the future. At the moment, you're probably feeling like finances are not as good as what they possibly could be. However, you are in that garden of growth. You are at the gates of the garden. You have set up the garden, you've started planting the seeds, but now is the time for your wisdom to kick in and understand that the garden needs time to grow. Be patient. This is where you're pushing for this tiredness, but you must learn patience, okay? Please, just learn patience. The garden is growing. Sometimes the garden will grow slower in winter and then faster in spring. Okay? Winky wink. Freedom Princess. Is there anything I should watch out for? I'm a Leo. Thank you for tuning in, Freedom Princess. Let's have a bit of a squeeze for you. Freedom Princess. Why are you so lonely? Like, what happened? I just suddenly feel like I'm really lonely, like on the verge of crying kind of lonely. Like, what's going on there? Why are you feeling so lonely? Like, I just suddenly feel like I'm on the verge of crying, Freedom Princess. I feel like I'm on the verge of crying. I really do. Yeah, honestly, Crystal, absolutely true. True, they're on the cusp. Leos are very empathy. Like, they're You know, they have so much empathy inside them that they feel so much for everyone else. Leo, so Freedom Princess, stay away from Pisces. Okay, stay away from Pisces, because Pisces are extremely needy when it comes to their sign language, and they're actually your kryptonite. Okay, they'll take all that energy out of you. So I'm trying to keep up with the comments as best as I can here, guys. Okay. Yeah. Angela, navigating layers, wink wink. Totally. Yeah, Freedom Princess, I just suddenly feel really, really lonely, like I'm on the verge of crying. I really do. Let's have a read for you. Ah, right. Makes total sense. Makes sense. Thank you. So Freedom Princess, your life is changing at the moment. That's why you're going through this phase. You feel like you're losing friends. You feel like people are judging. You just feel like it's all gone to shit, basically. And guys, I'm from Australia, so I swear a lot. And you just feel like it's all gone to shit. And the problem here is that you've got too many people that are around you that are like, you know, inside your life that are just basically like, look at my wand is amazing. And then they're too busy fighting with each other's wands rather than working out which wand is the strength, which one is the weakness, and then working together to make that work. So that's what's happening with you at the moment. It's a really confusing stage, because this is where this loneliness is coming in, because you feel like everyone's bickering and fighting and competing when they all should be working together as a whole. So when it comes to this, you got to watch out for that, Dale. Watch out for it. Aha. And then we have the Emperor coming out as the cross-reference card, and the Emperor talks about you taking hold of yourself and then understanding that not everybody requires your empathy. Empathy comes in different doses and in different ways of life, and some people are literally empathy vampires. All they want to do is cry and carry on. They don't want solutions. They just want to keep playing the same old song and dance. So when it comes to those people, look out for them and understand that it's okay to listen, but at what stage do you actually turn off the stereo and go, I've got to change the channel? Okay, it's time for you to change the channel. This wheel of fortune is turning and turning again, and this channel is time for change. Okay, you've got all these people around you that are showing off their wands and, you know, their power and all this sort of stuff, but all they're doing is actually fighting with each other. That's all they're doing, instead of working together. It's definitely an oxymoron. That's for sure. Okay. Now, I do try to keep up with the comments as best as I can, so I'll scroll up a little bit. So who do I have here? Oh, hi, Ayla. Alaya? Oh, that's a gorgeous name. And we have Jacqueline. Okay, Jacqueline, let's do you. Will I have a relationship with Nato Sosa? Why does that sound like a taco? Jacqueline, you've been stabbed in the back in the past with this. I've got this pain that's right in between my shoulders, right underneath my shoulder blades, and it feels like there's a burning knife going in there. You've been hurt with this before. But is that hurt a message of for or a message of against? Tell me. Jacqueline. So Jacqueline Salinas. At the moment, there's too much hunger inside your soul. It's like I'm hungry for the wolf sort of thing. Like, have you heard that song? Hungry for the wolf. And the wolf is just going to bite. The wolf is going to bite. At the moment, I would not source a relationship. I would wait, because there's just too much darkness around it. There's actually a very dark shroud going on around it. Honestly, there's always a troll. Like, there really is. There's always a troll So where is Clark? Hi, Clark. So Clark, we're actually going to delete you because you're not adding to the situation. You're actually being a bit toxic, and it's really sad that you have chosen this as your path. So yes, I will be finding Clark and I will be banning you. And the reason being is because we're all here to support each other. Everybody resonates different with different people. And please, please stop being so toxic. It's not a nice thing to do. This is called propaganda and recruiting. And at the end of the day, when it comes to recruiting people, you really need to grow up, okay, sweetheart? It's not a nice thing to do. So yeah, so we will find Clerk Anderson right now. And Clerk, you've got an opportunity now to actually just leave. Otherwise, I will find you and we'll block you because it's quite easy to do. Okay, so here we go. Oh, thanks for the feedback, Margaret. I will, okay, so I've got a Clerk Anderson here. Let's just block that one. I mean, I don't mind. Block. I do apologize for that, guys. Unfortunately, we do get trolls. And, you know, at the end of the day, you know, it's something that I can't control. But thanks for giving me a heads up, because when you give me a heads up, I can get onto it, okay? So, oh, thank you, Margaret, for telling me about the music. As you know, I'm deaf, so sometimes I just don't know. So, Jacqueline, yeah, there's a hunger, there's a darkness around it. Yeah, I can feel that. But this is a hungry for the wolf, and the wolf is not meant to be tamed. It's not a dog. Yes, the wolf will show kindness, but the wolf will also bite. The wolf also keeps you at arm's length, and that's not what you're seeking, okay? So let's block that Clerk Anderson. Thanks, Clerk, for popping in though. Yeah, try giving away some readings to help people rather than spamming them. There is a difference. Right. So, Jacqueline, it's time to give death. Wow, really, honey? Okay. It's time to give death to this situation. This situation that you're going through right now in your life is not the one that you're looking for, okay? That's like going into it's like going into a servo and just buying a sandwich because you're hungry, rather than just going to the next place and finding something that you like, okay? Don't just buy the first thing that's on the menu, because the first thing that's on the menu you may actually enjoy at the start, but then when you eat it too much, it makes you sick, okay? So at the moment, slow it down. Okay, it's time to be patient. When it comes to the Four of Wands, what we have here is the Four of Wands is learning what your strength is and what the weakness is. That's what a partnership is about. Now, a partnership can be a relationship of love, of friendship, of anything along those lines, but it's about two people working together as a team. That's what this is about. So unless you have somebody fully on board when it comes to you and helping you as a team, then unfortunately it's going to have to be death to that situation. So remember that there are many situations out there where we just go, you know what, this is the time to make this relationship work because I'm hungry. But you're hungry for the wrong kind of thing. It's like I said before, it's like you've gone into a servo and you've just bought the first sandwich that you've seen and eaten it and gone, oh, I didn't really like that, but then you keep going back there. This is probably not correct for you at this stage, okay? I don't want to say it's not going to work, okay? But what I do want to say is slow down and just watch yourself, okay? Because I can just feel that knife going into my back and it's right underneath my shoulder blades, and it's like a burning sensation. It's as if they're just slowly stabbing you, burning in a situation where it's kind of like they're gonna hurt you, okay? So this person may be a good person, but perhaps they're just not going to feed the hunger that you have in your desire. It could lead to a self-destruction later on. So if you go ahead with the relationship, please keep that in mind, that perhaps you need to take it really, really slow. Okay? We cannot trundle through the darkness without any light, because all that happens is that we end up kicking something, and we've got to realize that we have to turn the light bulb on, otherwise we just fall into the wall. Okay, so not at this time, sweetheart. I understand what you're seeking, but it's not going to work for you. Okay. Okay. So who else do we have? Navigating, the reason why you're not seeing all the comments is because I'm actually streaming to multiple places. So I'm on YouTube, I'm on Facebook, and I'm on Twitch at the moment. So that's why you're not seeing all the comments. I'm getting heaps of comments through my Facebook page. So yeah, so that's why. You're just on a different platform. That's why I'm getting all of these comments and everyone's like, who are you talking to? Okay. So I'm just going to scroll up a little bit because I did see some other comments up above here. Hi, Uncle Gary. How you going? How are you, darling? So Victoria Keenan. I'm seeing this guy. I really like him, but I don't think he's the same. I've got an itchy nose. I don't think he's the same. Right, Victoria, let's zone in on that for you. Let's zone in on that. Victoria, he makes you giggle. That's correct. He makes you giggle. Doesn't make you laugh out loud, but he makes you giggle. He gives you that butterfly in your stomach. So Victoria, let's find out what's happening. Oh, honey, we have to do another one. Right, that's very good. Aha. So Victoria, for you, my love, at the moment, it's kind of like this, the way he makes you giggle, like, you know, the way that he's making you giggle is recharging you. And that's what's happening when you get recharged. But the thing is that, you know, this person at the moment, you're too tired for. That's what's going on here. You've been really hurt in the past, like really hurt. There's some big baggage when it comes to having a relationship with you. And this, I don't mean that to sound like it's coming across in a negative sense, because it's not. But part of baggage can also bring yourself down, and it can also lead to a stage of destruction as such. So it's now time for you to learn to let go of some of that resentment. Treat them for the person that they are rather than the ex that they're not. And that's what happens in relationships. Many times in relationships, we bring in that previous hurt and we set up these barriers, these boundaries as such that it's kind of like an army course where that person must leap over all of those boundaries in order to receive the prize as such. And when you're in an unconditional relationship, there is no boundaries or barriers, okay? So Victoria, when it comes to you, it's time for you to let go of those boundaries, of those barriers, because you're just exhausted at the moment. You've had some really painful stuff happen in the past. I get it. It freaking hurts, and it's horrible when that stuff happens, but it is time to let it go. We have the Nine of Wands coming out beside it, okay? So this one's a beside card, and you can see how it's got all this steam coming out, but the person is still looking out towards the future. And that's because you're very feminine, Victoria. So Victoria, you're very feminine. You have this feminine side to you that really likes to be nurtured and looked after and loved and cared for. But the masculine side is learning to let go, okay? Because we all have a masculine and feminine energy in us, and that masculine energy is learning to let go. So learn to let go of that masculine energy and just allow yourself to heal the feminine. The masculine and the feminine, you really need to balance out more often for you in particular, because the masculine's looking out. It's looking for something. It's putting out its feelers, but the feminine inside you is just too hurt. So allow yourself to heal. Give yourself that permission to go, you know what? Let's do something different. Let's say yes rather than no. Let's trust rather than stand back and feel untrustworthy. It's time for you to go, maybe I'll just put out my feelers and take a chance. Okay? Heal yourself, my darling, because when you heal yourself, that's when you will truly shine bright, and that's when you can start to go through into that future that you're so desiring and that you're looking for. Okay? So Victoria, go out there, have an amazing time. There's no information about this person in particular for you at the moment. However, it is saying that if you work on yourself, then you will have the best chance for that future. Okay? Okay. So keep scrolling down. So, is it Joa Firmino? There's so many fancy names in between Twitch and Facebook, and well, Facebook's a bit easier because it's usually our own personal name, but on YouTube and Twitch you can have all sorts of names going on. So I'll call you Joe, okay? Where are you from, Joe? Yeah? Where are you from, Joe? I know they're not from Australia. So let's find out what's going on with Joe and the new online business. You're from Portugal. Beautiful. I feel like there's something stuck. Like I want to shuffle the cards, but they're going into the deck really, really firmly. I feel like there's a block, and it's not a block that you can't learn. It's a block that you just haven't learnt yet. Okay? It's not a bad thing. It's just something that you haven't learnt yet. What's the block? Tell me the block. I'm very demanding of my guides. I'm just like, nah, stop stuffing around. Just tell me. Aha. Right. So, Joe, there is something on the logical side. So the logical side that you must grasp, okay? So it's something to do with government or legalities or bookwork or something along those lines that you must grasp, okay? You don't want to do it, you don't want to be part of it, but it's part of the way it has to be done. So I'm not sure if there's a licensing that's required, but there's something when it comes to the legal government side that it just has to be done. And I know you don't like it, but you just got to do it. It's part of the way things are, and there's no point in pushing shit up a hill. You know, get it over and done with, and just move past that block, okay? So it's to do with your business. Oh, hello, we've had a dropout. Right. Aha, wonderful. So, yeah, it could be taxes or something like that. It's to do with the what must be done. Like what must be done. I'm getting all these images of paperwork, and it just must be done. I know it sucks, but it's part of what we got to do. Okay, so when it comes to the online business, this is actually a very viable online business. As we can see, the Ace of Pentacles comes out here, and the Ace of Pentacles talks about success when you can hold yourself up high and in high esteem. How cool is that? So this is a really, really good business. However, the counterintuitive side is talking about you grasping that feminine inside you, but also the masculine as well. So the Empress can learn to, without sounding narcissistic or anything like that, the Empress knows the worth of the feminine side. The Empress can understand what it is to step into the masculine and take control, and when to step into the feminine and feel beauty and nurtured. So that's what the Empress talks about. As you can see, the Empress has her two hands there. This one is the masculine hand where it's taking the power, it's taking the control. And this one is the feminine hand where she protects and nurtures herself and she knows where the line is. So, part of this online business is you're going to have to learn when to basically step into that control zone, that power zone, and when to step back from it and into the feminine zone, because it's going to be a really good business. It's going to be very, very good for you. Aha, right. It's going to be a good business, but you must learn patience, okay? The moon only comes out at night and you can see it glows during the day. But the moon is patient. It never moves, it just stays the course, okay? There's no need for you to be like other stars in the universe. You don't have to twinkle and shine and say, look at me, look at me, look at me. You are the moon in this business, and the moon is just consistent. The moon keeps moving with the times and evolving as the times grow and change. So be really patient with this business, okay? Because you're going to have your up times and your down times, but when it comes to it in all hindsight, it's actually going to work out really, really well, okay? Find out in yourself when to step into that masculine and when to step into that feminine, okay? Because when you can learn that balance, that's when it's going to go all well. But just be patient. The moon shines brightest in the darkest of times, okay? Thank you for allowing me to do a reading for you. I'll throw my little thingy in there because that's what I keep getting told to do. So if anybody would like a reading done by me, then please, by all means, book one. Who else have we got up here? Okay. Trying to scroll through the comments and just keep like boom, 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 boom. So the masculine and feminine energy, Joe, I will send you a link. Now, I don't get paid for it. None of this stuff is affiliate linked, okay? You can read about it all in the love languages. That's the masculine and feminine energy again. I might just turn that music off because obviously it's dumb, that track. It must come in and out. Let's just turn it off. Go away. A wham. So yeah, for anybody who's out there, if you want to learn your love language, please tap on that link. I'm not affiliated with Gary Chapman, but his work is amazing. And it'll teach you not only your love language, but about your masculine and feminine energy inside you, and how sometimes we need to step into the masculine where we need to take control of situations, and sometimes we need to step into the feminine where we allow someone to look after us and nurture us. It's okay. So give it a read, and there's a lot of free stuff on that website as well. So if you can't afford the book or anything like that, then you can get lots of free stuff inside of there. Okay. So, who else do we have floating on in? Let me look at some of these comments. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Please subscribe and like so that we can keep on going. How's the world going with you? How's your world going today, Crystal? Actually, I can tell you how your world is going. Crystal, you haven't eaten properly today. You've eaten some bad stuff, my love. Bad kitty. Hi, Tracy. How are you? Crystal, stop eating bad food. Okay. Absolutely, Tracy. Absolutely. Let's get on to yours straight away, my darling. You've popped in just at the right time. Ooh. So, Tracy, let's find out what's going on for you. You've got some good timing today, Tracy. Crystal, you got food poisoning, did you? Oh, no. No. Bugger. Yeah, I feel sick in the stomach every time I tune into your energy. Bad. Oh, Drink some water, honey. Oh, it takes ages to get over food poisoning, honestly. Okay, so Tracy. That's not usual for me. Oh, good stuff. The universe is aligning with you today, darling. It's trying to give you a message. Yes, you are meant to hear this. Absolutely. I try and pop in every Thursday, so if you want to like the page, then please do. Oh, wow. That's amazing combo. I love that combination. It's with so many cards and the different combinations that come out, it's unbelievable. Okay. So Tracy, you have this energy about you, okay? And you have this energy about you that only shines when you relax into it. It's kind of like the world sees a different Tracy to what is seen at home. There are two different Tracy's going on, okay? So there's different Tracy's going on inside this world, and you are strongest when you evolve into your own Tracy that you are at home. And every now and again you'll let her out in public, but not a lot, okay? The reason why you don't let her out in public is because you've always been told to be quiet. Okay, you've always been told to stop asking questions. That's a silly idea. Don't dream big. Just be average. Okay. But the thing is that you have this energy inside you. This energy is going to build up more and more and more. And you've been feeling it as well. I'm suddenly touching my nose. You're really, really good when it comes to I know this isn't going to sound really odd, but you're really, really good when it comes to this sense of smell. Like you can smell a rat before it's even in the room, sort of thing. Like you are really, really good with that stuff. And that comes out, that's the natural Tracy coming out, trying to say, I'm here to protect you. Please trust your senses. Please go with those senses, okay? So that's what that's about. When we come out with the Seven of Wands, you actually have all these different talents. Like you have the talents on multiple different levels, and you have really good talents. But this sense, this one that you have where you stand on top of your mountain. One of the metaphoric stories I use in my clients is absolutely perfect for you. When you stand on top of your mountain, you are strong, you are great, but you need to, yeah, absolutely, yeah, you can smell bullshit. But you need to also learn that when you're on top of your mountain, every now and again the wind will blow, the wind will push you from side to side, but the wind is just a fart. That's all it is. It's just a fart from somebody else. It's just somebody else's rubbish. So please, Tracy, stand strong on top of your mountain and spread that to other people. Every now and again, we need to learn that we need to come down from the mountain to take shelter, and that there are other mountains to go up higher. But at the end of it, you have this really great ability inside you to shine bright. So please allow that Tracy to shine bright for other people, because she's gorgeous. She has this inner strength about her that it's true, it's real. It's the kind of it's the kind of emotion that when people listen, they actually go, you know what? She's right. She's right. So yeah, every time you feel like someone's pushing you off the mountain, Tracy, you got to stop for a few moments and wonder, is this the wind telling me that I need to go down because there's a storm coming, or is it just a fart? That's the difference. And that's how you'll know when to allow the real Tracy to stand up on top of the mountain, or does she need to reside into the cave so she can be protected? Find the balance, okay? Bring that real Tracy out, because you've always been told by this external source to stop asking questions, don't do this, don't do that, okay? So remember, is it the wind or is it a fart? Find it out and shine bright, son. Shine bright. You are gorgeous. Shine bright. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh, thank you, Tracy. Thank you. All right. So I have Consuela? Consuela? Am I saying that correctly? I think I've heard that beautiful name before. Consuela. Consuela. Ah, Consuela. Yeah, so I did say it right. Thank you. And you would like some assistance with just general direction. Okay, just general direction. Thank you for allowing me to do general direction. So Consuela. Oh, is that a family name? That's a beautiful, beautiful name. Daisy's back. Hi, Daisy. Give Daisy a cuddle for me. So Consuela, let's find out what's happening for you. Wow. Let's do a revert. Ah, right. That makes sense. Makes sense. So Consuela, we have a roller coaster of emotions going on at the moment. So you're up and you're down and you're up and you're down. Hi, Cheryl. How are you? So we're up and down, Consuela. And when it comes to you being up and down, it's time to accept that being down is just as good as being up. Can you be productive when you're down? Because resting is not quitting. It's resting. It's taking time out to recharge. I heard a story many years ago about two lumberjacks. There was an older lumberjack and a younger lumberjack. And hi, Susu. And the younger lumberjack challenged the older lumberjack to a tree cutting competition. And the young lumberjack said, if you lose, then I will take all your business. And the older lumberjack agreed. Anyway, so they went into competition and they chopped down all these trees. And the young lumberjack turned around and he chopped all the trees day and night for several days. And at the end of it, they counted up all the trees. And when they counted up all the trees, the older lumberjack had won. And the younger lumberjack turns around and he says, how did you win? I worked day and night. I constantly went and you won. He goes, I heard that you weren't working all the time. And the older lumberjack turned around and he said, yes. He goes, I took time out to sharpen my axe. For when my axe is blunt, I need to put in more energy. And the younger lumberjack finally worked it out. The younger lumberjack had to work all night to keep up with the older lumberjack because he had a blunt axe. So, Consuela, when you're down, learn to recharge and then bring yourself up again. Learn to balance out the battery. There is no point in plugging a television into a small battery because it's not going to power it properly. Find the right batteries for what you're doing and learn these emotions so that way you can enjoy the ride rather than being scared of it, okay? Hi, Core. How are you? We have Susu and Cheryl. If you'd like a reading, simply just drop a comment. Can I have a reading, please? Or a reading about love or family or whatever. Cheryl, it's my first time on your page. Are there any rules for requesting a reading? Not really, Cheryl. Just be nice. If you're not nice, then we just block people. Unfortunately, we had a spammer before, so we've blocked him. It's just really sad that people are like that. It really, really is. So if you'd like a reading, just drop a comment. I don't know why people like. I've had that myself. Susu, may I ask a question? Absolutely, absolutely. Cheryl, I'm reading about love. Okay, let's do that for you, Cheryl. Yeah, I must admit, I get inboxes from people that are like, buy my stuff, and it's like, you've got to like earn trust first. Like, don't bring people down. That's not fair. That's not fair. So, Cheryl, may I have a reading about love, please? You absolutely can, my darling. You absolutely can. A reading on the election. Yeah, I've had thoughts about that. It's one of those things where I'm just like, oh no, I don't want to accept the truth of what may happen. So Cheryl, okay, okay, yep. Cheryl, I'm just gonna say this, okay? There's been a lot of anger in your past, okay? Thank you, honey. Thank you. So, Cheryl, there's been a lot of anger and frustration in your past. And that's been because basically there's always been, it's kind of like there's a childish side to the relationship. Like there's somebody who's always chucking a tantrum or blaming you for something. It was always your fault. I get this real childlike tantrum energy happening around you when it comes to those previous relationships, and then that was a form of control as well. So that control is what made you feel so angry and frustrated. It feels more like a frustration that goes into anger. You don't just go into anger. I don't believe that you're an angry person, but there's a lot of frustration around you. Like, why are people so okay? So that's what's happened with the past relationships. Okay, oh, here we go. So we've got another one. Let's just get onto them now. And block, do apologize for anybody who's getting inboxes from those yucky people. So yeah, so that's what's going on with you. However, when it comes to for you with your love, it's kind of like you're swinging around your sword, but you don't know what to do. Okay, you have a different kind of love, and you have what we call a paradox love. Now, paradox love is where you need to find your complete opposite to balance you out, and then accept the feedback of the complete opposite. Okay, because this is how you balance the seesaw. Okay, so that's what you're looking for. You need to find someone who is the complete opposite to you, who is always going to get you to think, to get you to push to the next limit, because that is where you're truly going to start to balance out. Take it on as feedback rather than criticism, evolution rather than being dragged down. So find that person. This person is going to be the complete opposite to you. So you might love flowers and they hate flowers, okay? That's maybe what it comes down to, okay? Because this person is going to teach you how to use your sword. They're going to teach you to step away from being the knight. The knight has done the training but still doesn't quite get it. And the thing is, the knight is only going to learn by being inside the situation and then taking on the feedback from the polar opposite, from that person who is going to criticize. Like, take it on as feedback rather than criticism. So Cheryl, yes, there is love out there for you, but you're looking for it as in, you're too busy looking for it as in the same as you. And same as you is not going to work for you, honey. You need the complete opposite, okay? You are the sweet, they will be the sour. Put them together and you get an amazing dish, okay? So you get it? Yeah, good stuff, Cheryl. You get it. Good, good. Thank you, honey. It's hard to express that combination when it comes through without sounding like an asshole. Like, okay. So Susu, my ex is a Virgo, not a virgin. My ex Virgo contacted me. Are his feelings true? Let's find out for you, Susu. Let's find out. Blessings to you too, Cheryl. Mwah. So, Susu, let's find out for you, love. Susu, you lack the strength for this current situation. I feel like I have a lion like creeping up behind me, like a it's a lion. Yeah, I know it is. It's a lion. I feel like I have a lion creeping up behind me, and this lion is not going to hurt me, but this lion is not going to allow me near them either. So it's kind of like we haven't quite met the bar yet. So when it comes to your ex contacting you, it feels kind of like the feelings are not 100% true. Like there's some truth to it, but there's not 100% like hit the nail on the head. I feel there's literally a lion right behind me, and if I turn around and face that lion, they're going to disappear. But if I just know that the lion's there and trust that the lion is not going to hurt me, then eventually the lion and I can get along. So you don't have the strength for this at the moment. I'm not saying that the relationship's not going to evolve or work or something like that, but at the moment they're just too much energy for you. Okay, because the strength is, you've got to gather your own internal strength. Okay, so let's find out what the cards say for you, love. So, Susu, the Ten of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. So when the Ten of Wands come out, it's about you learning to use your power inside you and build up its strength. You're coming out of a fog, out of a stage in your life that has been quite dark for a little while. Okay, so it's time for you to learn where to walk inside this darkness, because you actually have some real good tricks up your sleeves, but it's learning about which point of those tricks is going to work for you. You have a really powerful side inside of you, and there's another part of you that you dabble in. I've got a feeling this is an emotional side, but this emotional side that you dabble in, it's like a doubt. Just put that aside. Okay, put that aside. It's part of the system, because when we doubt ourselves, that's because we don't have enough knowledge just yet. That's what it's coming down to. Doubt is not a bad emotion. Doubt is teaching us that we need confirmation. That's where we take on the feedback rather than the criticism. So you need some more confirmation in what it is that you can do. So, oh, that lion just disappeared as soon as I said that. Right. So when it comes to, yeah, you feel that doubt, it just always sits there in the bottom of you, like, so with that doubt, it's about you starting to learn from it, what it's doing for you rather than to you. And as soon as I said that, just before, that line disappeared, as if that was a revelation for you, that you understand exactly what I'm talking about, and that you need to evolve past that. That doubt it's actually a really healthy emotion. It's one of those emotions that can work so much for us, because we're like, no, I'm not quite sure. That's telling us we need some more information. So when it comes to you need some more information on this, because you've got this really great talent. You know how to balance your life. You know this, but that one seed of doubt can actually trip you up off your penny farthing. It can trip you up off your bicycle, and it can make you fall. So if you're ever in doubt, cut it out. It's as simple as that, because we do not want you falling off this beautiful magical place that you're in. Okay, so grasp on to your talent. You have this amazing talent, but it's time to focus on one. The other one is part of the process, but it's only part of the process there to protect you, not to bring you down. It's there to help you evolve to the next level, not to bring you down into a situation where you'll never level up. Okay, so go out there and be amazing. And with this doubt that's inside you, what's it doing for you rather than to you? Gain the knowledge, practice it, and then allow the doubt to disappear. Okay. So thank you everybody who's joined in today. I do have to trundle off. I try and get on here for about an hour on Thursdays. So if you'd like, please subscribe, follow, like, whatever all this stuff is. Okay, and I will be back next week. So if anybody would like a reading, I'll just chuck that link in there again. Have a click around, have a look, see what's going on. And otherwise from that, I will catch all you lovely angels in the future. Okay, so bye-bye. Mwah, mwah, mwah.